Here we discuss recognized party that we already discussed. Then some parties they have some special privileges and facilities granted by the election commission. We called it as a recognized party. As to become a recognized party, some criteria put forward by the election commission that are the proportion of votes and the number of seats. Under this criteria, this party become a recognized party of a country. A party they have at least 6 percentage of votes 6 percentage of votes in total votes in the legislative assembly of state, and they have to get 6 seats. They are considered to be a state party. A party that secures at least 6 percentage of the total votes in Lok Sabha election in 4 states and also win 4 seats in Lok Sabha as recognized as a national party. Two parties, state party and national party. State party means a party they have to get at least 6 percentage of votes, total votes, and they have to win 2 seats in assembly. And second one, state assemblies. And second category, that is a national party. The party they have to get at least 6 percentage of the total votes and total votes in Lok Sabha election in 4 states, and they have to win 4 seats in Lok Sabha election. They have to be considered as a national party. According to this classification, there are 6 major national parties in India in 2006. Here we have to learn more about the major functions and the policies of the 6 major parties in India. The different national parties have in India under this. The first one, that is INC, Indian National Congress. It was considered to be one of the oldest party in the world, and it was formed in the year 1885 by A.O. Hume. And the Indian National Congress is led by, or leadership of this Indian National Congress was Jawaharlal Nehru, and the party sought to build a modern secular democratic republic in India. And this party give more emphasis to the concept of secularism and welfare of the weaker section. Okay, here we have the next topic, that is challenges to political parties. We know that in a democratic form of government, political parties are the visible form of institution. Whatever mistakes happened in a democratic form of government, we the people always blame the political parties, because lot of problems happen within the political parties. So here we have to discuss some of the challenges faced by political parties in our country. Under this, the first challenge is a lack of internal democracy within the parties. All over the world, we know that the power in political parties, power in the hands of only one or few people. They were always leading political parties, and they were taken major decision in the parties. That means the common people or ordinary people, they do not have any information happen or information in the political parties. In political parties, they do not keep membership registers and do not hold regular election or organizational meeting. Only those who are the top leaders, they have the power and they always take the decision. The ordinary people, they do not have any power in the matters of political decisions and programs. The first challenge, is the lack of internal democracy within political parties. These are the other 5 national parties. And next one, state parties. Apart from these national parties, the other parties are considered as a state party according to election commission. Usually the state parties are considered or referred as a regional party. They are not ideologically, they are not in regional level, and these parties are considered to be state party because these parties are to be found in some of the states only. And the institutions or the other parties, like that is Samajwadi Party, Samada Party and Rashtriya Janata Dal. These parties are the national institution, but all these parties have their own units in the state level also. In Lok Sabha election, no one party did not get enough majority to make their own government. So the national party, they are make an alliance with the state party to form a government. So the state party, they get a chance to participate at a national level with the coalition government. Coalition means the national party. If any party they do not get enough majority to form a government, they can make alliance or front with the other state parties and to form a run a government. But this case, it was changed during the time of Narendra Modi. The BJP, that is Bharatiya Janata Party, they won majority of votes in the national level and they independently form a government in India. Before the time, the Congress party or other parties, those who are parties are ruling in India, they all are make an alliance with the state parties or any other parties. But in the case of last years and before that election in India, the BJP, they get enough votes or majority of votes alone and to form a government. Here have the second challenges faced by political parties, that is a dynastic successions related to the first one. Dynastic succession means ഫാമിലിയിലെ ഒരാൾ ടോപ്പ് ലീഡർ ആണെങ്കിൽ അയാളെ പിന്തുടർന്ന് കണ്ടിന്യൂസ് ആയിട്ട് പിന്തുടർന്ന് അടുത്ത ആൾ പാർട്ടിയിലെ നെക്സ്റ്റ് ലീഡർ ആവുന്ന സിറ്റുവേഷൻ, ദാറ്റ് ഇസ് എ ഡൈനാസ്റ്റിക് സക്സഷൻ. And since most of the political parties in our country is not transparent, that means whatever the programs and policies are taken by the political parties is not transparent to ordinary people. And the third challenge, that is about the growing role of money and muscle power. The political parties, they are used shortcut methods to win their election. So they have to search those persons and company, those who raise the money or fund for election purpose, and those who are support by giving the money, they can influence the decision of the political party leaders. And the last point, that is the fourth challenges, that is political parties often do not seem offer meaningful choices to the voters. Sometimes the parties, they do not provide meaningful choices to the people because all of the parties and their ideologies are similar to one another, and sometimes one party leader may be shifted to another party, so they all their choices, that means all their policies and programs are similar to one another, so it's do not provide any meaningful choices to the voters. The last topic, that is how parties can be reformed. We have discussed some of the challenges. All these challenges we have to be, that means the party have to be overcome. So what kind of reform need in political parties? The reform means to change the existing situation. And under this first one, the constitution was amended to prevent the elected representatives, that is MLA or MPs, to changing one party to another party, that is a defection. The party leaders, they were MLAs or MPs, were the changing the party for in order to be ministers, to become a minister, or for the cash rewards. So the constitution prevents to change the party to one to another party. That means those persons are elected in a one party, after they change the another party, it was strongly prevented by the Constitution of India. And those who are change the political party, he or she will lose the seat in the legislature. This is the first case, first reformation was introduced in to reform the political parties. The second reform, the Supreme Court passed an order to reduce the influence of money and criminal, the background of criminals. Now it is a mandatory to every candidates who contest in election, they have to submit an affidavit. Affidavit means to give a clear-cut information about his property and his criminal backgrounds. That means any cases pending against him. And this is gives a complete information about, detailed information about those candidates or those who person are contest election, given a information, detailed information about him to the public. But it is there's a no, but it is, that means there's a no system of check whatever the information is given by the candidates is not, it's it true or not. But as we don't know this order create any kind of influence or reduce any kind of use of money and criminals in the election procedure. The third point or the third reformation, the election commission passed an order making if necessary for political parties they have to hold elections and their income tax has to be returned. And the parties always started to doing this, but it's only for formality. Apart from these reforms, some suggestions for to improving or reform the political parties. Under this first one, a law made to be passed regulate the internal affairs of the political parties. That is, political parties they should keep a register of its members. They have to conduct internal elections regularly within the parties and to act as judges if any kind of disputes happened in political parties, and they open election and to hold open election to the highest post of political party. Sometime we know already discussed that in party sharing the highest posts to their own family members, and for all this they have to be made a particular law for regulate the internal affairs of the parties. And the second point, it should be a mandatory for the political parties to give only minimum tickets to the party and 1/3 reservation for women and one quota, and there should be a quota for women in the decision making of the parties. And the last one, the state should be give some kind of funding for the election purpose, and the support can be given in the form of telephone, paper, petrol, etc. Here we can see some of the regulations. That means the reforms are already some kind of regulation of the political parties, and the regulation, it may over regulation creates some of the problems in political parties, that it may lead to cheat the law, or otherwise any law is not favor to any political parties, they do not pass that law. If political parties, we can reform by different ways. One way is that the people or public can pressure the political parties by the way of making agitations, publicity, petitions, etc. These are the major points comes under this chapter.